Many Catalina 34 and Catalina 36 owners have experienced leaking chain plates. We recently removed the original chain plates and installed redesigned ones that effectively eliminates this problem. Chain plate leaks are more than just an annoyance. Leaks can cause damage and rot in the core of the deck and the bulkhead. Chain plate leaks are related to the way they are designed, which requires the upright part of this original chain plate to pass up through a rectangular deck hole. Here you can see an original chain plate as it is installed. You will notice a small deck plate. It is mainly decorative and does nothing to prevent leaks. With the deck plate removed, it is obvious that there is essentially no space for sealant between the chain plate and the rectangular deck hole. When the bond between the chain plate and the sealant fails, you will end up with a leak. The seal in this area is prone to failure because the chain plate experiences constant micro movements due to tensioning and detensioning of the shrouds while sailing. The part of the chain plate applied to the ceiling of the salon does nothing to prevent leaks. In fact, leaks can actually occur unnoticed if there is a layer of sealant between this and the ceiling. When a leak happens, water can get into the core of the deck and you will never know about it. To remove the chain plate, first remove the tension rod, break the chain plate seal, and loosen the deck bolts. As you remove the chain plate, you will see water staining perhaps, or even worse, mold as evidence of a leak that was not previously visible. Once the original chain plates have been removed, make sure you inspect the core of the deck. If you find there has been damage, it has to be repaired before proceeding any further. Once any deck issues have been dealt with and the old sealant has been removed, the bolt holes and the rectangular hole should be chamfered. This creates a gutter which allows for a thicker layer of sealant and helps to create a long-lasting seal which is much less likely to leak. Now the rectangular hole should be coated with at least 2 coats of thickened epoxy. The bolt holes should be drilled out to a larger size, filled completely with epoxy, and re-drilled to the original size. This prevents water from getting into the core of the deck in the unlikely event a leak were to recur sometime in the future. Here you can see how the new chain plate is designed to eliminate leaks. You will notice a large deck plate, in fact large enough to include the deck bolts. The deck plate is now welded to the upright part of the chain plate. The ceiling plate is free and now acts as a full-size backing plate. A new toggle has been added to connect the chain plate with the tension rod. To install the new chain plate, a gasket was made from polysulfide sealant. This results in a non-adherent watertight seal. The gasket was created by first applying a thick layer of sealant to the undersurface of the deck. The deck was prepared with a layer of plastic food wrap. The chain plate with sealant was installed and compressed to create a gasket approximately 1/8 inch thick. It was left to cure, and then the chain plate was carefully removed and the plastic food wrap was peeled off. Prior to final installation, butyl tape was wrapped around the chain plate and the deck bolts as shown. When installed and compressed, the butyl tape fills in and provides a seal around the chamfer that we previously described. Once again, notice how the large deck plate incorporates the deck bolts and is welded directly to the chain plate. The redesigned chain plate now passes down through the deck rather than up. These features effectively eliminate the common sources of leaking associated with the original chain plate design. From inside the cabin, you can see the ceiling plate is now acting as a full-size backing plate. Sealant is not required here and in fact is undesirable. In the unlikely occurrence of a chain plate leak, the absence of sealant will allow water to be readily detected. We think you will find that the redesigned chain plates on this Catalina 34 are attractive and provide a robust ship-shape feel. Note in the Catalina 36, a ceiling backing plate is not required for the center chain plate since it is bolted directly to the bulkhead. Only a large deck plate is required. From the deck, the new chain plates blend in well with other deck hardware where they are unnoticeable to sailors except other Catalina owners who take a great interest in hearing about this project. The redesigned chain plates have been used during a full season of active sailing. They have been purposefully subjected to apparent winds commonly exceeding 20 knots and even occasionally up to 35 knots, when it probably would have been better for us to have stayed tied up. With spray regularly washing over the deck, heavy downpours from thunderstorms, and regular good old scrubbing of the deck, there has been no hint of any chainplate leaks. Whether seen from above or below, they just feel like chainplates should and provide a constant reminder of a sound, durable, watertight seal that effectively prevents chainplate leaks and water penetration into the core of the deck. We are confident we have finally licked the problem of chainplate leaks. If you are interested in this solution, we'd be happy to provide you with advice and service. Contact us anytime. Also, visit the Catalina 34 and Catalina 36 owners' website forums and search under our names. You will find lots more there.